Students, we are looking at a question that requires us to find the income tax expense. Okay, so this income tax expense, if you could just simplify it, it will help us in future questions. Like we would include whatever is expected. Okay, so there are three things. Always remember, whenever you are dealing with a question for income tax expense uh, in the P&L, statement of profit and loss. So what are the three things? Number one, the easiest thing is your the current year income tax charge or income tax expense. Okay, so this is always going to be the easiest thing. A figure would always be provided. Okay, so this is the estimated figure. That's easy. The second thing that you expect is the under or over provision. So if it is under provision, which means last year you paid less. And if it is over, it means that last year you paid more than what was expected. Okay. So that is always negative. So I will just write these notes here that under provision refers to uh, less tax paid last year, whereas the over provision refers to more tax paid last year. Okay, so there is this issue that the tax authorities tell us about the exact amount later. Okay, so the entity would provide an estimate. Okay, and later find out what is the exact amount of tax that is payable. Okay, so that's why we end up having under provision or over provision. Okay, so if the later payable is higher, this refers to under provision. Okay, like we provided something but later we had to pay more, that's under provision. If the later payable is less amount, this refers to over provision, like we provided more, okay, and we had to pay less. So just a brief discussion of under or over provision. Okay, this is important. We could also add that the under provision is always shown by debit balance and the over provision by credit balance. Okay, so you can see that the under provision is added, the over provision is deducted here. So that's the second thing. The third thing in such an question or such an issue is the deferred tax charge or credit. Okay, so we have discussed the various challenges. Okay, so these are the three things. That's it. Okay, so what is a deferred tax charge? I could just explain this thing quickly. Deferred tax charge arises when the deferred tax liability increases as compared to the opening deferred tax liability. Okay, so that's quite straightforward. You have a deferred tax liability at the start and you also find a deferred tax at the end, and you find out that the closing deferred tax is higher. So you have a charge, and when there is deferred tax credit arises when the closing deferred tax liability is lower value. Okay, so this is how you treat a deferred tax charge or credit in the statement of profit and loss. Okay, so as I said that this is always the current year expense is always going to be a simple value provided. The only challenge is in the under over provision and the deferred tax charge or credit. So I have explained that in detail. Now let's see what is the challenge in this question. Okay, let's see. Okay, so we have this, we have to calculate the income tax expense for the statement of profit and loss for the year ended 30th of September 2026. Fleetwood's trial balance at 30th of September 2026 showed a debit balance on the income taxes. So this debit balance is relating to the rather the under provision, as we discussed that the under provision will be related to a debit balance. Okay, so this is the under provision. So this value would be added here, 20,000. So we could just quickly write it here, 20,000, since we have discussed it. And the income tax expense for the current year is estimated to be 160. So that's also easy. As I said, simply include the value. Okay, so that is the income tax expense 160 and the under provision is 20. So if you people are comfortable till this point, then we can move on. We will be attacking the deferred tax. So, okay, good. Now we look at the deferred tax charge or deferred tax credit. Let's see how we can understand that. The deferred tax liability at the beginning of the year was 58,000. Okay, so we can easily see whether it's a charge or a credit. So I will just do this working here. The deferred tax charge or deferred tax credit. So for this, we have the opening deferred tax liability. The opening deferred tax liability is 58,000. And we have some information about the closing. And the temporary differences for the tax year are 640. And this includes 140, which includes 140 in respect of a property revaluation. Okay. So the income tax rate is 30%. Fine. So when we look at the closing deferred tax liability, we see that the temporary differences are 640. So we could just charge 30% rate, but there is a catch here. You see, we are trying to calculate the deferred tax charge or credit for the statement of profit and loss. Okay, so let me just write it here for you. The revaluation is unrealized gain, and it is not used for the deferred tax credit or charge. Okay, so that's one thing that we I hope you people can hear me. The revaluation is unrealized gain and it is not used for the deferred tax charge or credit. So that's why the temporary differences will be reduced. The temporary differences are 640. They will be reduced to, if we take away the revaluation, so they will be reduced to 500,000. Okay. So this is an important understanding that we need to take. 640 minus 140 gives us 500,000. So the closing deferred tax liability is going to be 500,000 multiplied by the tax rate, which is 30%. Okay. So I hope this is clear. The temporary differences were 640. We should have charged 30% on that. But the issue here is that we're trying to calculate the charge or credit for the profit and loss. So we would only include the realized gain. So since this 140,000 belongs to revaluation, so we're going to kick it out and we're going to calculate the remaining temporary differences, which are 500,000. Okay. So the answer is the closing liability would be 500,000 multiplied by 30%. So that is 150,000. So clearly the closing liability has increased. This is to charge in the profit and loss as closing deferred tax liability has increased. Okay, so we take the difference here. This figure minus this figure The answer is 92. Okay, so there's a charge of 92,000. So we could just take it here. We could write it here 92,000 and we can have this working. So if we just sum it up, we can have the income tax expense for the year ended 30th of September X6. Okay, so this is the final answer. Let's see, let's sum it up. So we will have to add all the values here. So that is 272. That's the final answer. So I hope this is clear. We did this question in a way that we could understand all the complications, like the under provision, the over provision. Why do we have under provision? Why do we have over provision? How the under provision would be shown, how the over provision would be shown, and how to treat the deferred tax, and how to find out whether it's a charge or a credit, and what sort of treatment should we do to the current year income tax expense. Okay, so I hope this question must have given you a lot of understanding. We're going to see number of questions of similar nature, but the difficulty level is going to be the same. I hope this is fine.